All right, legends, let's keep this pretty simple today. We've got a couple of teams to go through, some YouTube questions, short and sharp, and then we'll get my trades in a little bit later. We are just still waiting for some information. I don't know if I'm going to get much today. Last time on the Friday, we did get some information from Toddy Payton around Cotter and Holmes and those types of guys. So that obviously influences decisions. And I'm not sure what to do with Brayley and stuff like that myself. So I'm waiting on that news. Obviously, if Harry Grant's going to back up as well before I make some clear changes. So I might not have the full picture when I get to the video, but I'll wait a little bit on that for now. But we get into this team here, 7 trades available, 0k in the bank, unfortunately. But what we're looking at here is, what has he got? Jamie in round 19, Plath can move to fill a mid spot. So I can target a half or a wing fullback for 19. Don't have any overall plans at the moment. Just to hold trades, as I feel it could be a bumpy ride into finals. Yeah, that's for sure. 7 trades is good though. And you are sitting, hopefully, with 17 players. Meany's probably the one I'd look at. He's obviously at 574. He's a bit of a very, obviously an awkward price there. I don't think he's going to be anything close to a keeper. The dual position does help, but likely misses the next 3 weeks. Could be back next week, but probably not worth risking him if he has a calf complaint or whatever it is. If he's dropped or who knows at this point. So you've got Meany there. You've got DeBellin, who might be a little bit of an issue. But I do think holding is obviously a good play. I do expect that with 7 trades of 15 available for the rest of the season, it's still 11 rounds, so it's not even 1.5 a week. So 7 looks like a good amount of trades, and it's much better than where other people are at 2 and 0 and 1 and 4 and all that kind of stuff. So it just shows that it's still not a lot of trades, and therefore holding trades at this point rather than spending them just because you have 7 is a really good thing to think about. And I like your thoughts about holding, especially if Cotter and Grant do back up, then you have 17 and that's sweet. If they don't back up, I'd personally look at moving on from Meany. You do have Garrick and Mitchell as center and your wing fullback cover, so that's cool. So therefore you probably don't need another one, but if you wanted to, that's fine. Or you can go to another position there, 574 and below. And who's jumping on the Maddo bandwagon again? That'll be fun to see. But here's his buy planning. As you see there, obviously Cotter and Grant are the 2 that he needs to make sure to get through. Round 18, he's got Plath and Aiken, which is a good spot there. And he can move things around for round 19. But he's obviously a tiny bit short on that one. Someone like Hines is obviously on the radar for a lot of people. And I think that should be a play that you go for here, mate. How you get there is probably the question. I do think Meany is one of those guys, like I said, you can use to muck around with. If you are looking to maybe get a cheaper mid, then maybe DeBellin could go, or maybe King or something like that. You've got Brayley in there as well, so maybe he can be mucked around and moved around as well. But obviously it looks like you're using him as your round 19 hooker, so if you're happy to hold him as well, then that's fine too. But yeah, obviously just be aware of potential for losing some cash and the like there. So well, you got C&K trade out. It says 2 buys now. Piakura to a mid or wing fullback for round 19. Just be aware though as well, anyone who holding for Fita and doesn't have any further round 19 coverage, which you do obviously with Piakura and Kaipi's Paul, but if you were to trade him out, Piakura to a mid, then you're going to be a little bit of strife come round 19. So obviously if you're mucking around with Plathy going up into that spot, Fainu could probably cover some edge, so you might need either a mid or an edge for that position as well. So yeah, keep that in mind, mate, when you're making your decision. Let's go through our other team. While we are here, this is Hamish, and he messaged me, wanted me to go through his team. I said, look, I'm going to tell everyone how I'm going to get past you at 930 rank there. 1 less trade than myself, a bit more cash in the bank. But yeah, I told everyone that's what I'm going to plan to do. So unfortunate for yourself this week that Haas is out. And he's sitting there with Fermor, Talau, Mitchell, Garrick, and Haas out, unfortunately. Has Grant that should be backing up. Already got Hines in the team, which is good. Has Teddy and Sharpe, who I don't own personally, so I think that could be a little point of difference that might hurt me a little bit. But yes, something I'm going to have to push through and get over, and obviously Hines as well. So he doesn't have Hughes, which is good. So if Hughes comes out and gets another 74 and as my captain this week, and Hines gets a 60, I might be able to get over the top of him this week. But still, yeah, pretty different teams to be fair, with Curran, AFB, Stefano, Reed Marnie, Hands. So you jumped on all those kind of trade-ins and still done well to keep the 5 trades available. He mentioned to me that he kind of wants to hold on to Talau, but obviously he's the easiest guy to sell out of that list, obviously. In his edge position, he's got Aiken right now, and that's going to be partnered with Beaufort Moore. At this stage, he's probably going to have to hold on to to Bowie for sure. Hand's obviously going to lose a couple of minutes, but how many is the question. Payne Hassett, I don't mind as a sell, to be honest, if you were to be trading this week and trying to get someone. Talau's obviously at 543 and could be sold as well. And yeah, maybe, hopefully Sharpe can play 19. That's the news that's come out today, guys, that 50-50 call, I think. Sharpe could really work out as a buy. He could also hurt, like make a little bit of cash, get some good scores over the next few weeks, and then Ponga is hoping to be back in 19. It's most likely to be around 20, but a chance for 19 is what he's saying there as well. So when you're looking at Sharpe, keep that in mind. If you own him right now, obviously don't worry, don't think about it too much. But if you're looking to buy, like myself, I think that's enough to maybe push you away, and it's probably going to be enough to push me away. I am waiting on Cotter and Grant for their whereabouts this week, but with the Sharpe man, the Sharpie, he could just be 2 weeks and then out, which could be hurtful, especially if you're lower on trades. So, yeah, I think it's Haas this week potentially, or Tommy Talau. And what I was getting at with the Talau one with Sharpe is that if Sharpe is fine for round 19, then yeah, you've obviously got a couple of guys there that can cover that. You can also make the trade in round 19 to get that extra wing fullback if you wanted to remove Talau and you're kind of done with him, then that's fine as well. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really close tussle. Us two here with 5 and 6 trades and a fair few different players, which is cool as well. Haas being out, he's got Latrell to come back next week as well. So, yeah, some good players in there. I've got Fafita, and he's got Latrell and Payne Haas and these types of guys, AFB. So, yeah, super fun one to have a look at. That is for sure. All right, let's get into some questions there. Thoughts on Ethan Bullymore? He has a bye this week. So, all those guys, Sipley, Brown, Bullymore, will all be kind of like solid picks next week. Obviously, in round 18, they'll get Olakwatu and Jake Trbojevic back as well. So that's something to note with those cheapies. They might be the better cash downs than someone like a Willison that I'm looking at personally. So that's that. Okay, for next week, I'll say, hey, Jamie, with the news of Hopgood being out for the season, is Offhand Gowie worth a shout? Do you think Matto will take the role? I think it'll be split. Both solid picks. Like, with Joe O, to be fair, it's an interesting one, obviously. I was just having a look at Brayley before. Offer. So Joe O, 403k is a bit awkward. I'd probably go for Willison before I'd go for Joe O, just because Willison doesn't miss round 20. He plays this week, he'll get some good minutes. Round 19, he'll get good minutes, likely decent minutes in round 20 as well. So 3 important matchups, whereas Joe misses round 20. And minutes there have been solid. I had a little look. Obviously, 21 in 38 minutes last week was pretty gross. Well, their last game, 39 and 31. So 2 good games before, but he could be in like that high 20s bracket, and he's already priced at 29 anyway. So a little bit of an awkward price, a bit too much for me without the high upside of scoring tries that someone like that Willison can have there. So that's my thoughts on that one. Do I sell Sam Hughes for Sharpe? I need a winger for 19, and Sharpe is a low B at the moment. Yeah, can take the risks for sure. But as I said, he may not exactly play in round 19. But I do think it's a risk that probably is worth taking if you need him for 3 weeks. But remember, it's only 3 weeks and you have to sell then. Option 1, Brayley to Appy, Strange to Osako, Sam Hughes to Howarth. Ugh. Brayley to Appy, Strange to Ronaldo. I feel like Strange as a whole, to be fair. None of them feel great, let's be honest. Zach says, can tell this guy is from Invercargill. I don't know how to say that. With the way he pronounces his R's. So there you go. I'm not sure what that is. I'll leave that. Cheers, legends. I have SJ, Cole, and Galvin for my halves. Would you get a half in for this week, like a Hughes or Hines, or run them till Cole's not selected? Feels a bit weak. Trade SJ in that scenario. The other two are fine until further notice. KPP to Aiken and Brayley to Tungo. Good trades. Yeah, sure. Roosters running a 4-forward bench. We know Smith can play 80 if needed, but he won't. Can we see Watson playing the full 80 between 9 and 13? Long term, yes. Yes, but maybe a rest for Watson this week just because he played Origin. But we know he's an absolute superstar running man. And he obviously had the week before off as well. So something to note with him. Who do you think is a better trade out, DeBellin or Brayley? Depends which position you need more, right? Like with DeBellin, he might be able to score better and get a good PPM 40 odd. Brayley might get 30 minutes, 35 minutes every week from here on in. So, yes, whichever you need more for round 19 is the thoughts there. SJ and Carrigan to Hines and Maddo. Need a captain this week. I only got Teddy, really. Teddy's good. So bringing Hines in with a high BE. Think Maddo's good potential. The only person I can afford, I thought plausible with minimal trades. Carrigan misses up to 4 of the last 9 games. Yep, that's fine. I reckon you can go take the punt on Maddo for sure. He could burn you, but he could work out really well. That's the thing with him every time. It could work out great, and hopefully his concussion history and everything going on off the field is okay. Kohler, you can sell or hold. Let's just say sell. Makes it easy. Do we need 17 for round 19 or 13? 13 as always. That's Supercoach as well. Trade to allow to anyone over 691 or Ronaldo, or hold trades and play with 16. Yeah, maybe go cheap so you can get a gun next week. Like Hines, I think is like the thoughts that I'm having with my side as well. Just keeping enough cash to be able to go to that top gun next week. Armstrong, Brayley, Hunt for Sharpe, Hughes, and Marnie. 1 trade left, or just Hunt and Armstrong for Hines and Sharpe. Hunt and Armstrong, Sharpe, Hughes, Marnie. Yeah, second option, I think. Probably hold Brayley with that amount of trades left. That works. Disagree with Dave Feeder being a buy. He's 99% chance of playing Origin after discussing. Yeah, fair call. Well, Fafita's going to be a guy you want at the end of the season, for sure. He's not a buy this week anyway. He's out. Apparently, Ponga could be back next week. Yeah, around 19 or 20 is the call. This guy looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Does give me vibes of someone with high iron, though. Not exactly sure what that means, but okay. Which Eels player will get Hopgood 65 minutes? Mixture. I think it'll be how it goes there. Sell Burbo or Twal. Oh. We don't know how long Twal's going to be out. He could be back next week, though. So 50-50. Prob Twal, I'd say. That's where I'm leaning. Is it just me or is Adam's mic mute? I think just you. Muted. Muted, as well said. Just you, I think. I hope so. Anyway, no one else has said anything. JB, who would you play, Talangi or Sharpe? Sharpe, for sure. In 2023, Tunga averaged 41 with Cleary, 64 without Cleary. Can we really be sure this drop off is Cleary related? I just don't think he's playing well, to be honest. And they refused to go left at the start of the season, and they were going right, because there was a few injuries in the other teams and stuff like that. So yeah, I look last year and it just confused the picture for sure. It could go great. He could start playing well, right? That's how it goes. Hines B is through the roof. Next week he's straight in. Yep, that's my plan. I've got to work that out though, how I get him. Hi Jamie, who would you trade to Hines? I have 450 in the bank and was originally thinking Blore, as he no longer serves a purpose, whereas JDB still owes me around 19 score. Was thinking he could go early on weeks too. Yeah, I think Blore or weeks is fine. For sure. I might have to go a week early on one of those guys too. We'll see. With Connor Watson having a chance of getting dual position, would that make him more of an interesting buy over Yo or Guns? Potentially. But expect Watson, Smith to start at 9. Therefore, it would be no. Dual position, for sure. DPB. Diplo. That's that. A few people are replying there. Also, nice vid, guys. Thanks for liking that one with Adam. That was cool. Great video. Trading exchange to Molotalo. Hold. JB, who'd you play? Yeah, Sharpe, as I said. Definitely different rules for Origin. Bit of a joke, to be honest with you. Consistency is key for fans. Yeah. To be fair, why don't they just do every NRL game like Origin? It seems to flow pretty well normally. So, yeah. Would you go strange to Molotalo or Sharpe? Currently sitting at 10 for around 19, so need around 19 player, 4 trades left. Still hold for now. You can get Molotalo next week. Get him next week, for sure. Because there could be injuries. There could be, he might not score well against Dogs. There's all those things. He did score well against them, for sure. Go Goz. Goz. I think that'll do. Tuolangi to Nikora or Eli Katoa head-to-head. Katoa, unless you need bank for next week. Last one there. Thoughts on trading Chance or Dom Young? Don't. in my opinion. All right, well, that'll do it. We'll get into the trades a bit later. There's been lots of content this week, and a lot of people just don't have trades, so a few less people watching, but that's okay. Thanks to all you loyal listeners, and I appreciate you for getting all the way through to the end of the video. As always, you're the best. Thank you, guys. See you later.